Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
All right. We have another request video. Dave Chappelle was on SNL last night, I guess. And I guess we're going to react to it. Now, in case we're going to react to it in real time, like with the video playing and shit, but if it gets copyrighted, then a lot of shit might be missing. So, just being honest and fair about it. Hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted and we can just react to the entire thing. But if not, we'll just give it like our opinions at the very end. And I'll just chop it up and release it that way. So, without further ado, here's Dave Chappelle Stand-Up Monologue 2025 on Saturday Night Live. Here we go.
Well, I've been in a lot of trouble my day, but man, let me tell you something. This guy, Puffy, buddy, this guy is in an enormous amount of trouble. They got this guy in a RICO case by himself.
Yeah, that's fucking funny, bro. He's by himself in a RICO case.
They got him in at least 2 open murders, bro. He wasn't even there.
Oh fuck. That's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life, bro. God damn it, that's funny, bro. Holy shit. Hopefully people know what a RICO case. I'm not explaining it, but hopefully people know what a RICO case is. He's somehow like
Being held with no bail, no charge.
He's like just, I don't know, perpetually incriminating himself or something. What the fuck is that? Oh shit. Right, Dave had to be close to him, right? Somewhat. He made fun of him so much that they had to know each other, right?
He went to the Diddy parties. Come on.
Yeah. And all like his skits and shit on Chappelle show. I assume they were friends. He made so much fun of him.
Yeah, as soon as you brought up Diddy, I started thinking of the sketches.
Bad boy. What's the dude? Bogglesworth. Bring me a sandwich. Some shit. That's one of the funniest things ever. I like the way you went. All right, here we go.
I will never forget the images of a former American president walking with little to no security while thousands of Palestinians were cheering him on. And when I saw that picture, it brought tears to my eyes. I said, I don't know if that's a good president, but that right there, I am sure, is a great man.
I'm not going there. You can call him like he's ignorant, but he did something nice right there.
Yeah.
But, funding death squads in South America, I can't call it.
East Timor was a Portuguese colony. Indonesia had no claim to it, and in fact stated that they had no claim to it. During the period of colonization, there was a good deal of politicization. The different groups developed. A civil war broke out in August '75. It ended up in a victory for Fredlin, which was one of the groupings, described as populist Catholic in character with some typical leftish rhetoric. Indonesia at once started intervening. Ford and Kissinger visited Jakarta, I think it was December 5th. We know that they had requested that Indonesia delay the invasion until after they left because it would be too embarrassing. And within hours, I think, after they left, the invasion took place on December 7th.
This council must consider Indonesia's aggression against East Timor as the main issue of the discussion.
When the Indonesians invaded, the UN reacted as it always does, calling for sanctions and condemnation and so on. Various watered-down resolutions were passed, but the U.S. was very clearly not going to allow anything to work. By 1978, it was approaching really genocidal levels. The church and other sources estimated about 200,000 people killed. The U.S. backed it all the way. The U.S. provided 90% of the arms. Right after the invasion, arms shipments were stepped up. When the Indonesians actually began to run out of arms in 1978, the Carter administration moved in and increased arms sales. And other Western countries did the same. Canada, England, Holland, and everybody who could make a buck was in there trying to make sure they could kill more Timorese. There is no Western concern for issues of aggression, atrocities, human rights abuses, and so on, if there's a profit to be made from them. Nothing could show it more clearly than this case.
Either it was
Yeah,
like,
Dave don't even know that, bro. Yeah, Dave don't even know that.
yeah, he doesn't know that. Now,
Yeah, you didn't talk about that.
well, I'm saying like either Carter didn't know about it, which would not make him a great man, or he knew about it, which would not make him a great man. In my opinion, if we're gonna go on those standards. But my bad, Jesse. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I think he's saying like, did he just say that he didn't have like all this security and all this stuff? He just went in there, he like basically faced people like a man, just talked to them like a man, even though they said it was dangerous. And
Yeah.
so, I think I've heard something about like him when he would be like carrying his own stuff when he was moving in and out of the White House, things like that, which for some people they said that looked bad because like I don't know, like it made him look weak. A lot of people refer to him as weak, and other
For,
people see
for,
that like him doing things and saying that like, well, he kind of does his own thing. But I don't know. Those are I don't know that much about him. Those are things I heard.
for carrying his own stuff, they called him weak for that. That's
Oh
weird.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah,
That's
yeah.
bizarre.
Well, so another thing that I do know, which actually relates to what's going on now, or I thought about him for what's happening now. In uh, so some things change. Like the peace deal that just happened,
The
and
ceasefire, yeah.
like it's right in the transition of presidencies. So
It's not a
the
peace deal
Iran
though.
Contra.
But go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, just connecting it to like the Iran Contra deal. Like, so when Jimmy Carter was exiting, it was Reagan who was coming in as president, and that's when like the hostages were released, just like right ahead of Reagan being president. Like they had him like the image of a strong leader, and like he would, you know, I
Yeah.
guess be a strong person. So things like that.
Yeah, I get that. It's just, yeah.
It's images. It's like how people talk about things. Not doesn't really mean something. Just
I understand, but that should, if everyone's voice matters in regards to any topic, right? Whether you're a famous comedian or a nobody, like if everyone's words are supposed to matter, as far as you know, what's the word? Fucking uh, we're all contributing. If we're all contributing to this idea of democracy or rule of law and peace, war, or whatever the fuck, if we're all contributing, uh, then it's kind of our duty to like keep people like sharpened up about it and to look past images. Like that's not good enough. Just saying like, oh, he looked me in the eyes and shook my hand. That's a real man. Like that can't be good enough. That's how Trump got by. Let's be honest. It's his swagger, right? He has said some of the equally as horrible things of like things he's done. He says them out loud. Today we shot 58 Tomahawk missiles towards Syria. It's the same type of speech that Bush gave leading into Iraq, but because of maybe his swagger or like he looks you in the eye, he means business. It gets away with that with the image, or even like with the Iran hostage shit, or Jimmy Carter walking without security in Palestine. Even though, let's be real, you know, I can't say, but like, would any Palestinian be like, yeah, I killed a former U.S. president. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen to them if they did that shit? Even if they didn't like the motherfucker, they're not gonna harm him for the sake of what they know will rain down upon them, which is It was already raining down. Imagine what happens now if you kill a U.S. president, former or not. Like, then extra hell's going to rain it down upon you, right? Like, even Hamas is like, just let him go. Don't even say nothing. Just let Jimmy do his thing. Right? So it's like, that's why in the world of politics, bro, I never give kudos for anything, any fucking action. If you did the right thing, you don't need a fucking trophy for it. You don't need anyone to call you great or good or anything in regards to that. When it comes to morality, you don't need anyone giving you, yeah, you're good, you're a good guy. Like, no one needs that. It's not needed when we're talking about morality, and then an offshoot of that, I guess, would be politics, right? There should be no credit given. It should be common sense to do the right thing. And if you really think about it, a guy like Jimmy Carter, if he was a great man, he would take that instance where, like, hey, I walked around Palestine, I talked to people, all that shit. Report on it, bro. Come home and say, like, yo, during my presidency, I did not look at this topic enough. Like, really make noise about it. You are former president, former leader of the free world. Let it be fucking known. Are you telling me they can't do that? I seen something with Ilhan Omar, right? Where she complains about, the wars. But yet, how can we not just show, like, literally, get one of your assistants, print out fucking 20 by 20 photo size cardboard fucking images. Like, yo, these are babies being killed. Thank you for giving me this platform, you fucking culture war idiots. Thank you for making me an important politician now by fucking raving and ranting against me. Now I'm going to use this platform to show you what the fuck's going on. And if the populace ain't moved by the burned, charred bodies, then we got bigger problems. We got bigger fish to fry, if you will. If that don't move them, then I don't know what to fucking say. Hey, Jimmy Carter, if that don't fucking move any Americans around, then you got bigger problems in America. And then it's like, okay, in my idea of things, the righteous man would be like, okay, we need to get back to work, ×2. Not write a book and hope someone buys it. In my opinion, not saying that's the worst idea. Like, that should be a part of it too, I think, right? Being creative should be a part of the solution, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like what Chappelle's calling a great man, I'm calling a man of the times. He only knows as good as the world around him. He can't see beyond it. Because he was the president for 4 fucking years. And somehow someone snuck behind his back and hired some death squads and funded them and shit like that, or he knew about it and thought it was strategically the right thing to do. Which holds no grounds when you start talking about morality. It only holds ground in strategic politics, and strategic geopolitics, and economics and shit like that. Holds no weight in fucking morality. So I'm like, yo, I get it. He's not even joking right now. He's not even being a stand-up right now. He's just saying his ideas and opinions out loud, right? There's no punchline to it. He's just saying it. And it's like, why not reserve that word great for something else, man? Save it for an idea. Like, damn, that's a great idea. As soon as you start plastering it on people, you see what happens. Hey, Dave, if you make a serious video, you go on YouTube and you make a serious video, you release it to everyone and say, hey, we need to start bombing Zimbabwe. We need to start bombing them right now. And you make a bullshit excuse as a reason why. Guess what? Some of these motherfuckers are going to follow you, Dave. They will follow what you're saying, and they will do it. They'll be like, yeah, we need to do this. They will convince themselves. Why? Because you have this idea plastered over who you actually are. We don't get to see the real you, Dave. Like, it is what it is. I would love to see the real Dave Chappelle, or maybe that's for his own personal sense, but, like, I'd love to see that real Dave Chappelle represented. He probably, like, if I had to guess, he probably is to some degree. He probably is. Right? He's probably truly, like, expressing himself, which I like. But when we play with these words of great men, now people are going to look at Jimmy Carter as great man, not because they see him as a great man, but because you fucking said it. It's another image plastered on top of that. And if that shit doesn't get broken down at some point by humans, then we're doomed to the same cyclical downfall over and over and over again. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad days. Forever and ever and ever. Which I would call, or at least Bill the Butcher from Gangs of New York would be like, that's lukewarm and I spew you out of my mouth because you run neither hot nor cold. Hey, yo, if we really suck as humans, let's really fucking suck then. If we're awesome, let's fucking find awesome. Let's go for that. But this lukewarm, good day, bad day, lukewarm bullshit, like, I don't know why we stand for it. I won't. I'm looking for excellence every fucking second of every fucking day. Fuck this mediocrity, bro. If Jimmy Carter's great, like a great man, then motherfuckers run around like I point some guy out down the street from me. Be like, oh, well that guy's fucking Jesus then. I haven't heard of him funding any death squads by accident or on purpose. So, like, I'm just saying.
So Donald Trump, I know you watch the show. Man, remember, whether people voted for you or not, they're all counting on you.
Okay. I mean, I understand. Once again, I understand. I get it. It's just, no one should be relying on the Orange Penguin for anything, bro. But he's saying, Dave Chappelle says man at a time shit, bro. Like, it is what it is. He's not a Hicks. He's not a Bill Hicks, right? He doesn't, like, follow an idea to the nth degree and, like, really talk about it. It's more of, like, oh, man, that feels right. Right now. Feels right. That's a feel-good, feel-right moment thing. But his comedy's hilarious. He's a very funny guy. Very funny. For me, I think he's the funniest guy I've ever heard. My life, counting Chappelle show and stand-up and all that. I think he's made me laugh the hardest in my entire life. But he has not made me think the hardest. In my entire life. No. No. That he has not pulled off. But this is better than, focusing on, the centering my words, the LGBTQ thing, and all that. I get it. But, I think there's bigger topics. And it would have been nice, like, imagine that being funneled through comedy, where he could talk about, like, yo, this, like, everyone forgot, like, Trump, he had 4 years of a presidency already. It's like, he had 4 years. Imagine breaking that down and showcasing the new marketing of what Trump is now, the character change, if you will. It's not even so much about a character change, but they just changed what they were claiming to be about in during their first run. It's like, man, that's kind of funny that us as people forget about that. It'd been nice to see like a comedian have some sense of history about this. It's not even history. The shit's not that old. Or like it's almost like we forgot what happened during a first presidency. It's like you hope he does better. Like dude, they've all of them have been entangled in some sort of thing where someone's getting blown up. And I mean innocent people. I don't mean the terrorists. So it's just, damn, man. But it is what it is. Chappelle's funny, and he gets normies to think a little bit, at least, about some of the stuff. And, awesome. Anyone thoughts about any of this? Anything interesting you picked out of it? Anyone? No? All right. There is the reaction to Dave Chappelle's monologue on Saturday Night Live. Actually, I love how he has the crowd in the palm of his hands when they start like laughing, not knowing whether he's going to say something serious or a joke, but they're like pre-laughing already. Pretty cool. All right, there's a reaction to Dave Chappelle's stand-up or monologue.